This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for May 13, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, judges' absence delays a Big Mobe cocaine case. The long-standing trial of 4 businessmen who are accused of being major players in a drug smuggling and money laundering scheme between Jamaica and the United States was deferred to July 7 in the St. James Parish Court yesterday due to the absence of the trial judge. The men, Montego Bay residents Robert Dunbar, Delroy Gale and Louis Smith, and United States citizen Melford Daly, were given the new trial date and had their bails extended during their brief appearance in court. Presiding Parish Judge Keisha Grant Price explained to the defendants that the trial judge in charge of the case, Sandra Wong Small, was absent due to other commitments in the Supreme Court. The judge in this matter is now sitting in the Supreme Court and is unavoidably absent, so she has requested that all her matters be adjourned to July 7. Your bails are extended for you to return to court on July 7, said Grant Price. The allegations in the case are that Gale, Dunbar, Smith, and Daly were involved in drug trafficking between Jamaica and the United States between 1999 and 2005. The men were arrested during a major police operation carried out by the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency in 2013. The men are represented by attorneys Martin Thomas, Hugh Wildman, Tom Tavares Finson, and Oz West Senior Smith. Their trial had previously started before Judge Wong Small, the parish judge for St. James at the time, in September 2019. During that period, Attorney Wildman made an application for the matter to be thrown out because the defendants were arrested and charged in 2013 under the Money Laundering Act, which was repealed in 2007 and replaced with the Proceeds of Crime Act. The Supreme Court granted a stay of the trial on September 19, 2019, which came into effect later that month after Christopher Drummond, a key prosecution witness, currently serving a 27-year prison sentence in the United States for drug smuggling, gave evidence against the 4 defendants. During his testimony, which was done by way of video link, Drummond told the St. James Parish Court that he had worked in a cocaine trafficking operation with Dunbar and Gale. In February 2020, the Supreme Court's presiding High Court Justice Simone Wolfe-Rees rejected an application made on Smith's behalf by Wildman in which the defendant sought a declaration from the court that the initiating of criminal proceeding against him was null, void, and of no effect. That decision paved the way for the resumption of the trial proceedings in the St. James Parish Court. On October 26, 2020, the men had their trial set to run from February 22 to March 5, 2021. However, to date, the trial has not resumed, with their most recent court appearance before yesterday's sitting taking place on March 24 this year. Bail extended for Burger King employees accused of $10 million theft. The 5 Burger King employees accused of stealing nearly $10 million from the Harborview branch had their bail extended when they appeared in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday morning. Terrian O'Haro, Camellia Wisdom, Astia Mitchell, Sharon Williams, and Christina Lewis are to return to court on July 5. When the matter was called up, the court was told that the case file is incomplete. In addition, the clerk of court asked Senior Parish Court Judge Paula Blake Powell to attach the conditions to their bail. Despite objection from attorney Davian Vassell, who is representing Camellia Wisdom, Judge Blake Powell ordered that the women report to the police once per week. The defendants are charged with several counts of larceny as a servant, conspiracy to defraud, breaches of the Proceeds of Crime Act, and engaging in transaction involving criminal property. It is alleged that the fraud was committed over the period December 2022 to March this year. The employees are accused of pocketing the funds after voiding orders that were legitimately placed by customers. Restaurant Associates Limited, which manages the Burger King franchise, is conducting a follow-up audit to determine the extent of the fraud. Council calls for action against the agencies that fail to attend council meetings. Neil Powell, counsel for the Above Rocks division in the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation, has called for action to be taken against the agencies which failed to appear before the monthly council meeting. Speaking at Thursday's monthly meeting of the corporation, Councillor Powell complained that representatives of various agencies have repeatedly failed to attend the meetings to provide updates on activities in the parish. He has called for the intervention of Prime Minister Andrew Holness to ensure that representatives appear at the meetings.
We have not seen the agencies that we asked for the council to be written to them to attend the meeting. We have not seen the Water Commission. We have not seen the JPSCO, and we still have not seen the Works Agency. What I would recommend, this is dealt with scant regard by these agencies, and I ask the support of the Noble Council that we write to the Prime Minister asking for him to attend our general meeting at his earliest available time.
Norman Scott, chairman of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation, pointed out that the agencies were not required to be at the general monthly meeting.
Agencies should attend committee meetings, and it is where issues are dealt with. At general meeting, matters are ratified. So when a decision is taken at infrastructure, it comes to the General Council meeting for ratification. Over time, they would come to the general meetings because it is where the media is, but it is at the committee level that we expect these agencies to be represented.
Suspects in bus shooting on Spanish Town Road pointed out in ID parade. The news has been informed that the two suspects held in connection with last month's gun attack on a loaded public passenger bus along Spanish Town Road in St. Andrew have been positively identified following a series of identification parades. Investigators are now making arrangements to lay charges against them. A woman was killed and 6 others, including 3 children, wounded in the incident. The woman's child was among the injured. It is reported that on April 21, about 2:30 p.m., the bus stopped at the intersection of Spanish Town Road and the Seaview Gardens to pick up passengers when 2 armed men opened fire on a man who was about to enter the vehicle. The wounded passengers were taken to hospital, where the woman died a few days after the incident. Mayor Schultz on call for Highgate Cemetery relocation. Outraged by the thought that the dead would be disturbed, Mayor of Port Maria Councillor Richard Creary of the Jamaica Labour Party Richmond Division has dismissed the calls for Highgate Cemetery to be used as a location for a new transport center. The idea of exhumation to accommodate the facility, he fumed, is ridiculous and would be extremely expensive to be done and disrespectful to the dead. Creary was speaking during Thursday's monthly meeting of the St. Mary Municipal Corporation. Suggestions were even made for the transport center to be built over the center. Total nonsense, he bellowed, adding that residents who expressed those views were misinformed. There was a recent media report in which some cabbies and other residents of the congested town of Highgate put the idea on the table as a solution that could be pursued. After shooting down their suggestion at Thursday's meeting, Creary advised that the local authority is fully aware of the traffic challenges and will put a traffic warden system in place. It is similar, he said, to the one already being used in Port Maria. This will see motorists paying for parking spaces, said the mayor. He gave an assurance that the municipal corporation is fully exploring all practical solutions to the congestion that plagues the town. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.